Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel we cut through the hype and the noise and I give you the non-biased information you can use to hopefully capitalize on the biggest opportunity in history, and that is this current bull run. Now, I had planned on making a video on Dynex. This is a wonderful project that I think everyone should take a look at. And this sector is going to be a hot narrative in this bull run. Well, as I was doing my research and setting up my video, I ran the information by Claude AI. Well, you know, AI really helps save a lot of time, but in this case, it added about 3 hours to my day because it brought a lot of different things to my attention. So instead of this video being about Dynex, it's going to be about Dynex, Bittensor, and Ankr. And these are three great projects. I'm going to tell you my pick, and I'm going to tell you what Claude brought to my attention. And quite frankly, guys, I think everyone should have one of these type projects, an infrastructure project in their portfolio, because this narrative is going to roll through and the money's going to move in and out of the sector. You want to own at least one of these projects, in my opinion. Not financial advice, and quite frankly, depending on your risk tolerance and what you're looking for as far as risk reward, I don't think you can go wrong whichever project you choose. Anyway, go ahead and hit that like button and let's dive into it. Now, Dynex is a brand new project, and I'm not going to dive into the tech because quite frankly, guys, a lot of it's over my head. But go to their website, DYNEX coin.org, surf around. It's got a wonderful website, and it basically says it's the world's first neuromorphic supercomputing blockchain. And you know, at first I had to really dive deep to understand the difference between like render and Chainlink and quant, but now I kind of get it, and there is a little bit of overlapping, but basically these projects are the infrastructure where like Link and quant basically brings the blockchains together. So they have different type of interoperability, and render has some overlap, but basically it's more specific into just rendering. So it's not a direct competitor. That's why we're not talking about render. Anyway, when you look at the chart with Dynex, you know, this thing is everything I personally want in the new projects I'm looking to stack. Now, the projects we were stacking in the bear market, in my opinion, should be totally different than what you're stacking now, because, you know, Quant, Link, and HBAR, wonderful projects, and they were beat down all through the bear market. They're still great projects if you're wanting to buy in from here, but in my opinion, they need a pullback. But what I'm really looking for is the next HBAR, the next XRP, the next quant, right? So this project meets everything I want. It's got great team. It's got good partnerships. It's got wonderful narrative, wonderful buzz. It has everything you want, and it launched with a lot of hype, and it came out and it did well. But now it's pulling back. But I think it's getting to the point where it's time to start stacking. Now for me, I'm going to keep watching this project, and hopefully it'll pull back more and more. But I think it's a great time to start dollar cost averaging in. Now, when I brought it to Claude's attention, Claude, I asked it which one was their competitors, and he said Bittensor and Ankr. And guys, at first all he talked about was Ankr, and Claude really likes Ankr. And if you wanted to ask which one is the most conservative and has a great upside, it would be Ankr. That's what Claude said. But then, I'm more about hype and potential of some of these new projects, and Claude's not that. But I brought it to his attention. He did agree at the end, if you are looking for the most gains, which, hey, that's all I care about. He basically agreed DYNEEX is the project. But he basically said that when it comes to adoption and people using the technology and the partnerships, etc., Ankr is the project. Now, I jumped ahead, but let's talk about Bittensor, because, he said it's a great project, very competitive, could end up being the winner in the long run. However, Bittensor has the biggest market cap. It's already had a big move up. And if you're not familiar with Bittensor, go to bittensor.com, surf around. They got a great website as well. But now when you look at the chart, guys, when this thing came out of the gate, it didn't do a whole lot, but it hasn't looked back since. Now, it pumped pretty hard, pulled back a little bit, but guys, this thing has been ripping, and it already has a 2.6 billion market cap. It still has room to run, in my opinion, a lot of room to run. This thing could be a top 5 project. I'm not saying it is, but a lot of people have mentioned that, and a lot of them are developers who are behind this project. So go take a look at it, and then again, when you look at Ankr, the website doesn't hold up, I'll tell you that. But check out this. I know you can't see it, but look at this. Enterprise RPC and App Chain solutions now available on Microsoft Azure Marketplace. So guys, this thing does have a lot of partnerships. And check this out. Even though I like projects that haven't experienced a bull run, this thing absolutely ripped in the last bull run. It ripped right out of the gate, and then it ripped again at the end of the year. And now it hasn't done a whole lot. It's more in the accumulation phase. But guys, this project, according to Claude, is really, really solid. And I think this infrastructure Web3 narrative is going to be big. Now, one other thing Claude brought to my attention about Ankr, and this is a narrative you're going to hear more about, and if you haven't subscribed, do so, because I'm going to be bringing this to your attention. I haven't done my deep dive, but restaking is a narrative that has just popped up. Well, Ankr has been doing restaking for a while. I don't know why I wasn't aware of that, but I really haven't been looking at this project. I looked at it a while back, and I knew it was a good project. But to be honest, guys, there's so many options out there. You need to be very, very selective, in my opinion. Because if you're like me, I just want the best projects to give me the best probability, the best risk reward for gains. That's all I care about. I'm not tribal. I'm not biased. I do my research for me. I share with my community. And one thing I love about AI, if you're not using it in your research, is that it's non-biased. So when I ask it a question, it just spits out the answer. It doesn't care about my feelings. Doesn't care if it's my favorite project. It doesn't care. Now, you really have to understand and learn how to use AI, because it's new tech. Some of the answers are not up to date like you want them to be, so you have to give it a lot of information. And if you're biased and you give it biased information, well, you'll end up getting a biased answer. That doesn't do any of us any good. So anyway, in summary, Claude basically agreed that DYNEEX, with its low market cap, could absolutely rip. It's at 41 million. And then it basically said if you want the best conservative play, it would be Ankr. But if you look at them long term, there is a chance that Bittensor will end up being the front runner, but it hasn't got all that adoption. It does have a lot of hype. And as we know, guys, you know, we are so early in crypto that the projects that are, you know, in the top 100 or whatever doesn't mean that they have a future at all. And the hype around their utility and their adoption and all that may not pan out. So for me, guys, I don't care. I only bet bull run to bull run. I won't own anything outside of my Bitcoin after this bull run. I'll start over, and I highly recommend you guys take your profits or you'll become the profits. And if you need some help, I do one-on-one coaching. I'll leave a link down below and I'll pin it in the comment section. My coach is only $250 for 3 phone calls or 3 Zoom calls. And I think it's well worth your time. If you're struggling and you need some help, reach out. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. Let me know which of the 3 projects do you think are the ones is the one to stack. I'm going to go with Dynex. And here's another thought, guys, for whatever this is worth, and I'll let you go. You know, the big money rotates in and out of these sectors. Now, I made the mistake early on with the ISO tokens. My thought process, because of some of the hypes and the BS that was out there with that so-called banking reset, that I'm just going to own them all, and whichever one wins, the payment and the banking reset, I'll have that token. Well, that was just really bad thinking. And most of those projects are going to run together, which is my point. So you could own all 3 of these projects and do well. But if you're building a portfolio and you really want true diversification and you don't want to have 50 tokens like I ended up with, and I'm always working to get rid of, you know, what you want to do, for instance, this sector, pick one. And hopefully, if it all works out, if you have, say, a DeFi restaking project, and you have an infrastructure project, or if you have a metaverse play, gaming play, a layer 1, a layer 2, then you layer 3, whatever. If you diversify that way, hopefully, if it all works out, the big money will roll into one of your tokens and it will start to pump and pump harder than the other sectors. You can take those profits, and then you'll have that profit you can either put on the side and leave it alone, and that's money you've made, or you can reinvest a portion of it. Well, then hopefully another sector like DeFi heat up. Well, if you got a DeFi token, they're going to run together. Yes, some are going to outrun the others in, say, DeFi, in gaming, in metaverse. But if you have all of your tokens, say, in gaming, well, yes, it's diversification in some sense, but when DeFi is pumping, gaming, just like now, isn't going to move. So if you're really looking for true diversification, try to get one token in each sector. I don't know, maybe 12 sectors, and you should be good. But that's just one way to go about it. You could focus on any sector at all. You can focus on an ecosystem. I mean, there's literally countless ways to build out your portfolio. But one thing I know, guys, you gotta have a game plan. And again, if you don't take profits, you'll become the profits. Don't let that FOMO, get a hold of you when all the influencers are pumping and telling you, $10,000 XRP and you're crazy for selling. Don't listen to them. This is your game. And take those profits. I highly recommend when you get a 3-4x, guys, pull your initial investment out. Then you're playing on house money. And when this bull run gets longer and longer, say the end of this year and the start of 2025, definitely into the middle and to the end of 2025, if the bull run's still running, hopefully you have most of your money on the side. You've had a great bull run, and if you want to stay with it, only keep putting back in, say 10-20%, and if it keeps running, pull some of that out, pull some of those profits out. Just keep pulling profits out. And guys, I say this with love, but no matter what, we are all going to give back a huge amount of our profits. No one's going to pick the bottom, and no one's going to pick the top. The question is not if we give money back, right? If Bitcoin runs to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, we don't know. This bull run could last for 3 years, or it could last 1 year. Who knows? But if you're not taking profits along the way, when the game's over, now you're stacking back in the bear market, for the preceding bull run. Hopefully we'll have another one after this one. But you've watched your portfolio go from 10,000 to 150,000, or 100,000 to 1,000,000, whatever, and it came all the way back because you got greedy and you didn't have a game plan. I see it almost every single one of my coaching clients have turned a small amount of money into a large amount of money, at least in their wallet, but they didn't take those profits, guys, and I don't want that to happen to you. Anyway, I know I'm rambling on. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Hit that like button, guys, and no matter what, come back and be part of this community. Take care.